Hey guys, I'm back with another market update part 2, especially sets and journey together. So let's get started. So first of all, it's what I'm gonna call journey together stupid pricing and stupid demand. Um, so I don't normally phrase it that way, but like this is what I'm seeing. So the booster boxes recently went up to about 245, 247. I think went to 247 on the 9th, like 2 days ago. Kind of stayed the same, and then now it's like 245, like pretty much same price. It's up from you know, the second had 316, 320 on the seventh, 320, 227, and then 247. Demand was going kind of demand was kind of going like down a little bit during that first price increase, and now the last 2 days it's kind of dropped again. So initially we were selling about like 100 to like 120 boxes normally, sometimes 130. And it dropped down to like 85 to 95 boxes. And now we're at like this is like 35, this is 55. So small sample size, but yeah, every big price jump has seen a decrease in demand, and it just doesn't really make that much sense to me because the price per pack. Look at the price per pack. Booster box, $6.8. ETB, $10 a pack, not even counting for the promo card, and now bundles are the most expensive, 10.50 a pack, and it's not that abnormal in a sense for maybe the bundles to be like a little more costly price per pack because people are able they're a little more accessible. Like spending $60 is a lot more accessible for people than spending like $250. So that makes sense. It's just that this time the booster box actually has some extra value. Like it has that promo card with the Russia RAM. The booster bundles don't really have it. Um, but it's like you see this decrease in demand for booster boxes, but then the demand for ETBs, like the prices for ETBs then hasn't really changed, but the demand has been kind of increasing, like ever since the 5th or so. It's gone to about close to 100 boxes a day, sometimes around 90. Um, and like you even see here, it's a clear trend upwards. Um, just the booster box doesn't quite have that. And then for ETB, it's just like, I don't know, it could have been a price buy or something, it could be market manipulation. But yeah, you see like demand actually like increases around the 4th, and it's not like there's like a hundred like of these. I might have missed a I might have said ETPs before, but I mean booster bundles. It's not like there's like a ton. Like there's like even the high for the other days were about 30. Yesterday was about 56, but it's now at 63.50, which makes it the most expensive price per pack out of those three items. And demand just keeps going up versus booster boxes. Like they just, I don't know, people don't like them or something. They're too expensive. I think a lot of it really is just the high price. But otherwise, there's no competition for these boxes in the sense of like, there's no, um, you don't have to get a drop, a special drop rate that you can just buy TCG player. Like you don't have to like really fight over these, like because the price is already so much higher than than like the MSRP price. So it's just in this open market, I don't really fully get it. But this seems to be the trend. There just shouldn't be such a big price discrepancy because like this, I don't know, that's just so much money per price per pack wise. Like if you buy two booster boxes, you basically get almost like double the packs, or I guess to be a little more precise, equals divided by like you're paying like 50% more per pack for the bundles. So that's what I'm seeing with Journey Together. As we get more data, I'll see like how this demand for booster boxes goes changes. But like this is actually like the booster box and booster bundle demand is actually kind of matching at this like 55 and 30, and this is 35 and 55. So um okay, let's go to Prismatic. If I can find the right tab. So Prismatic updates are over here. I might need to make this. I might need to migrate some data in the spreadsheet. Um, Yesterday I saw a bunch of Prismatic price drops. Today, yeah, there's some price drops, but a lot of them aren't really that high to really warrant a sort of change. So I only highlighted these bigger differences. Like I usually only look for differences about $1 or more. So bundles have as it predicted to go back up. They were too cheap before. Like 11.83 a pack is way too cheap, and people like bundles. So, and also just based on the demand data, like I know like these are just released, but yeah, the selling rate versus the total market quantity was very high. Like, um, about 300 are selling per day. Um, and there's only, I think it went up yesterday. It was about 1,200 something. Now it's 1,300 something. So that's like between 20 and 25% of the market. So there's just the supply is getting eaten up fast enough that the price has to go up, and people are gonna definitely go after these because like you just calculate price per package, just basic economics. Like why do you want to spend more money? After bundles, the next cheapest thing is loose packs, and after loose packs actually went up about 20 cents. And even for loose packs, another thing with that is loose packs over here. There's only so many packs at that price. So there's 44, but then it goes to like $13 again, and people might not want to buy from that seller. But packs actually have been doing pretty well actually. Um, I'm seeing like 200 a day. Yesterday was about like 180. Today's already been 166. The day's not even over. But people have been buying more packs. And yeah, right now the two cheapest things are bundles and packs. That's sort of how 151 has been playing out. We're sort of seeing that market now that bundles have been introduced officially. That people buy bundles and packs because they're just used to ripping those on ripper ships, I guess. And people like opening them. And there's also the environmental thing, like they're more economically friendly. Um, but yeah, so we're back up to about $75 a booster bundle. Depending on how the actual supply was, like if I suddenly see that the supply really does go down, like the buying rate's too high, then yeah, there's definitely not as many bundle drops as 151 drops. I feel like at the moment, I don't think we're quite there yet. For 151, like we see a bunch of bundle drops all the time, so that helps offset like the how much we lose in terms of like buying. But other than that, like if there's not enough prismatic bundles, like they're gonna run out at this rate. But it's kind of too early to tell because it just was released. Um, Two back blister up like $1. It packs up like 20 cents. Other than that, like the only thing interesting left is like the demand numbers. ETBs are they're about 60 to 75. It's kind of leveling out um, at the same rate as it was on the 22nd, and there's like 3,000, so there's a lot of ETBs. Bundles, packs. I looked at these 10 displays. Um, yeah, it's just there's too many out there for like 10 or 15 selling a day. Binder collections are still going up in demand just ever so slightly. You see just a little more. It's like 12 or 14. Um, Surprise boxes are kind of yeah, they're about the same. Um, yeah, they're like how much they're selling versus their listed is usually a lot better. Like there's only 200, so like the selling rate of like 15 to 20 looks a lot better. It's like close to like 10% of the market. These 3 pack blisters, just 2 pack blisters are still kind of selling, but the total quantity is like overtaking it. Um, ETBs over here about 2 or 3 selling a day, sometimes more. And then I think probably the last thing I want to talk about is like the super premium collection. Just like some people are still buying it. At least one person bought yesterday. I don't know what's going on. This happened with the Pokemon starting TBs. I feel like where people will just spend more money on TCG player before pre-release. So I'm not really officially tracking this, just because it seems kind of silly with the big price discrepancy. Definitely once it's released, it'll be a little more accurate, and there's floods of data. But right now, it's too wonky. I don't really want to track this $500 price, but yeah, someone bought it yesterday. Okay, so 151. I think there's a little more news for 151 actually. It's the big items, the UPC and the PCTB. PCTB went up about $15 versus the UPC dropped about 17. The UPC increased about uh like 17 yesterday, now or like it's actually about 20 yesterday, and now it kind of like went back down. Um, And the same thing happened with the PCTB. There was like a slight day where it decreased yesterday, and it kind of went back up. Um, for the UPCs, demand is still kind of good. It's like 11 sold yesterday. A lot of days it'll be like 7 to 11. Um, but this is 360. Actually, 337 is this one. It's mostly because of honestly this could be like a scammer. It's 0% feedback. 7,000 sales. I think a lot of this is just this one seller over here selling these 10, so that it just looks pretty fishy. 0% feedback. I might just click on this real quick. Uh, See, they haven't seen my cancel. Stay away. Just seeing how bad this is. Bonnie CP. A lot of this is just complaining about the shipping, but it's not about like not getting real products. I don't really know what the seller. Um, yeah, I don't get how. Wait, was there just no reviews? Is this like a really? The last review is in May. Um, I don't know. Maybe this person is trying to get some more reviews because there's no reviews in the last 90 days. Um, so actually, this could be a legit seller. Who knows? But yeah, they're pretty much on sale. 10 of them, and then the ETBs, the PC ETBs at least. Um, I don't know, like why? Yeah, there's this one seller over here. Um, is that Sleeve Discord? I don't know, but I think it's just a new seller. But after that goes back to like three. Wow, that's like three, four, 487, and then 495. There's like big jumps. Um, yeah, there's just one seller selling at 464 and it jumps again. So yeah, the PCTP market's a little more volatile as normal just because like supply and demand. Um, all right, and I'll just look at basic demand stuff. So bundles, yeah. So I like to do the basics. So 151, a lot of it's driven by the print shippers opening stuff. As I said before, I am seeing a decrease in demand in the bundles. It was going up. There's a slight dip on the 8th to the 9th, and there was a bigger dip yesterday from about 150 to 120. And I expect we'll see more dips. The price has actually gone up somehow. Um, and when you look at the price per pack, yeah, Booming Waters is the cheapest by it's not an insignificant margin, like 1033 versus $11. Here's like 60 something cents a pack. That really does add up. Um, and then the loose packs people have been buying more lately. I'm not fully sure why, but yeah, they're selling like 100 a day, roughly. It's at 1090, and then you're seeing like the loose packs and the bundles around the same price. But people are still buying a lot of the packs and bundles. I just feel like people just aren't buying the Blooming Waters for whatever reason as much. But the Blooming Waters, as expected, the demand has increased. It is a little more consistently up to about, I'd say roughly 30 boxes in the last, since like May 5th. Uh, Anything else? So yeah, we are seeing a shift to Blooming Waters, and we'll see how long the Blooming Waters supply lasts. If there's not enough, then things will shift back. And then the only other things, poster collection, binder collection, no sales recently, but there's not that much price change. And then the binder, this poster collection, demand was kind of steady until the 7th, and now it's been kind of dropping again. Okay, Crown's Zenith, this will probably be the last one. Um, yeah, Sea and Sky, most of the prices are the same of all these things. The ATPs went up a few dollars, which is a good sign. Otherwise, everything's about the same as far as pricing. Loose packs are still cheaper to Sea and Sky, except for sometimes Sea and Sky has discounts over here. So I do see a mix of people buying the cheaper stuff. These unopened, these things with pictures, box not included, are usually cheaper. Um, but yeah, price is still pretty high. People are buying the 119 prices, or 120 pricing. Like you do see some of them. So now everyone's just buying the cheap ones. And also, there's only so many cheap ones. There's only 5 listings, and I don't even know how much below. Some of them aren't even like that much of a discount. Um, but yeah, we still see it's lower than before for Sea and Sky. It used to be like 20, but now it's still you get like at least 10 most days. Versus like loose packs, they're kind of volatile. Like yeah, it's kind of really consistent. Some days it could be like 50, some days it could be several hundred. The ETBs, so ETB is selling about 10 a day, and then bundles. are they're not really selling as well. I feel like there was a lot more demand in like mid February, and now demand is kind of slowing down. Um, Heatwave Arena, I haven't seen any more like singles sold on eBay except for yesterday, except for Typhlosion. It went up to like 727. But I think we're gonna have to wait until it actually releases for more sales. All right, that's it for today's video. Thanks, guys. Bye.